am Debbie Birtchman, and I am a BFA student at Herron School of Art and Design. Today is November the 2nd of 2009, and I'm over here at the IUPUI Student Center to pass out some of my art manifestos, which are based on feminism. See here? And I also recently heard that for every dollar that a man earns, if a woman does the same job, she only earns 77 cents. So based in the idea of feminism, I've also decided to create these checks today. I have pink ones and blue ones. The blue ones are for the men, they're for $1, and the pink ones are for 77 cents, and they're for the women. So I'm going to hand these out, and I'm going to refuse to give any of the blue ones to the girls for $1. So we'll see if we get any weird responses about that as I'm handing out my manifesto. So let's see what happens. My manifesto is on feminism and art, and I've also attached to that a check. It's recently been found out that for every dollar that a man makes at his job, if a woman works at that same job, she only makes 77 cents. So I'm going to give you a check for $1, and I'm only going to give you a check for 77 cents regardless of whether you did the work or not. How do you feel about that?
I don't think it's fair.
Okay. Do you want a blue check?
Yeah, I do.
Too bad. So if you don't like that response, you might want to contact your senators and find out why it is that you only get 77 cents and he gets $1.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Give one of these to a girlfriend of yours and find out how she feels about it.
Sure, I'm sure she'll hate it.
And if you would like to support feminism, you know, there's nothing wrong with a man being a feminist.
Yeah.
All it means is that he values women and wants them to have equal things in all human areas. If you do the same job, you only get 77 cents. How do you feel about that? Okay, well, you might want to call your senator and give a little complaint on that. Would you like a pink check as well?
Sure. I will call.
Just remember that. And I've also written a poem on the back of that too.
You wrote the poem?
Yes, that's my manifesto, and there's a poem on the back of the check as well.
All right.
So thank
for
you.
informing us.
Thank you. Hey, right on. Based in feminism and feminism in art. And along with that, I recently found that if a man works at a job and gets paid $1 and you work the same job, you only get paid 77 cents. So I wanted to clarify that with you by giving you a pink check for 77 cents. And if you ask me for a blue one with $1 on it, I'm refusing, because that's the reality of the world. If you don't like that, you might want to contact your senators at the bottom of the check.
Excellent.
That's
Okay?
wonderful. My boyfriend actually works at a place that that doesn't hire women for the beginning jobs. So you have to have a degree to work at that company as like a higher up, because the lower level jobs, I suppose, are like it's like hard labor and stuff. But you know, women can do that just as much, and it's really good money.
What part of affirmative action does that criteria meet? Would be my question to that company or that employer or that company owner. So,
Yeah.
Hey, we can raise our voices and we can actually change these things.
Yeah.
You know, it started a long time
The
ago.
hardest thing is just, you know, like, he works there and he makes good money, and I want him to keep that job. You know? So I can't really say anything, or I might get him fired.
Right, you're the squeaky wheel and he gets greased.
Yeah.
So, I understand. But we can do it in other ways, and we don't know why.
Right.
We need to find out why there's no angst there at the 23% difference, the devaluation.
Yeah, it's not like the college gives them 23% off their tuition.
No, they don't. That's a good point. I think I might demand that.
Yeah, that'd be
I might do a filing.
Yeah, it'd be a good march, that one.
Right.
We want our 23%.
Do you want your $1?
Yeah, since you're not going to give me a 70-cent one.
No. I mean, what do you have to complain about?
True. I don't have anything to complain
I
about.
know. What if you were getting a check for 77 cents
What if I
instead
was-
of $1?
Well, if I knew the other person was getting $1, there'd be a strike going on in 5
There.
minutes.
So you definitely do something about it.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't just go passively into the night.
No.
So what would you say to women about receiving the 77 cents? What would you encourage them to do if it was your daughter? and you knew that your daughter was receiving 77 cents and the guy was receiving $1, what would you encourage her to do?
There'd be a strike going on.
Okay. So women can strike too.
So yeah, they need to get their trade union sorted out.
Okay. And along with that, I'm giving you a pretend check for 77 cents. Okay. Well, that was a lot of fun. I got a lot of different responses. A lot of the women weren't too happy about it, which is good. And some of the men were kind of like, huh, wow, they didn't even know. So anyway, I did include our senators' web addresses on those checks, so hopefully some people will call in and make their complaints, and maybe if we get our voices heard, we can do something about this whole $1.77 thing. Meanwhile, they have my manifesto to read when they get home, and hopefully that will give them some ideas about what to do in their own life to help the cause of feminism. So thank you.